Recap of the plot: a government got in the way of Phil and I, so we blew it up. Now we're chilling in the north with this guy called Rambo. But as time goes by, I'm starting to realize that there's something different about our new neighbor. Oh, by the way, Rambo, there's been something I've been meaning to ask you.
Yeah, what's up?
So you're like part Enderman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And aren't Endermen like terribly allergic to water?
Oh yeah, no, that's my I have armor on, so we're good.
Oh, I was hoping you were about to like stare at me for 3 seconds and then start screaming.
Name Corona. Surname Virus. Nickname COVID. Age 19. And mother China. And current boyfriend USA. Your ex UK, Italy, and Spain.
Hey man, thanks for the sandwich. Oh, for sure, bro. Anytime. I've been starving all day.
Wait. No.
James, what's up? Ain't you a cannibal? Yeah. Then what's in my sandwich?
I bet you $1 million that you will not win this game as Simon Says. You ready? Simon Says touch your shoulders. Alright? Simon Says touch your neck. Okay? Simon Says touch your nose. Simon Says like this video. Someone says share this video with at least one person. Okay. Someone says follow me. Alright, well, Simon says comment the last thing you ate. I'll give you a few seconds. Alright. Someone says refresh this video. You're still here? Oh. Hey, send me my million.
Recap of the plot: a government got in the way of Phil and I, so we blew it up. Now we're chilling in the north with this guy called Rambo. But as time goes by, I'm starting to realize that there's something different about our new neighbor. Oh, by the way, Rambo, there's been something I've been meaning to ask you.
Yeah, what's up?
So you're like part Enderman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And aren't Endermen like terribly allergic to water?
Oh yeah, no, that's my I have armor on, so we're good.
Oh, I was hoping you were about to like stare at me for 3 seconds and then start screaming.
We're back for 15 to 5 days. We're a bit short so I couldn't do these, but here's the next one for day 4. Again, I love these. These just look so nice and so cool. Again, the next one, obviously the next couple of days, because I will be able to have more than 5, I will be able to do all of these. But yeah, this looks so cool and so awesome. You get 3 days of these. Yay. But the rest of the only. And again, the last one of today. Again, I just love these. Definitely like these. I like figurines. That look so cool and so awesome. So yeah. I've got the contract. So I have to achieve 2 things in this one. I don't think I've got anywhere near close. Maybe the 6. Yeah, I got way over the time. Okay. Goal is the Perry and the heart. If I can do that. So what does this one do? This is very unusual. So yeah, you have this. Which I'm not even going to bother trying to pronounce because I know I think I'll mispronounce it. But you have this. And it's really cool with a lot of the stuff being the conversations with like the devices, and it's really interesting with like it's like the nearest thing to, you would say, like God being like oh, here's things to like get rid of like the energy problem or like sleep or like any of the other things. And it's like, I know those 2 are things, but those are more I feel like they're less important than like the discussions about it, which I like. So let's get into that. And the one thing I like with the conversation, because it's all about like, when you bring up the energy one, they're like, okay, will this be a problem to the environment in the way that it could like create some sort of like global warming? And then it's like, yeah, it could. It's like the whole thing with the energy use being insane, and like a lot of the government being like, we want control over this, because even nowadays you have energy companies, and if I'm like, okay, by the way, I've invented a way to basically not need that at all. Here's limitless energy, you can plug this into your home and your job's done. The companies would want it. It's simple. Because in a way, with some people still being like, coal. But some companies will be like, unlimited energy, we can price this to hell. But like, it's so insane and so interesting. You get into the other ones, which are just as fun and just as interesting, with the sleep, and the one with moving time forward, which is absolutely insane. And I love after that you get the mystery who's who, and it's so fun. Again, I'm trying to keep this under 3 minutes, but yeah, because I like this on the shorter one, don't worry about it. But it is really fun. So yeah, I absolutely find this interesting, hilarious, and 100% worth watching. So I hope you enjoy, and good night.
I hate when people say, well, if your friends jumped off a bridge, would you do it too? Like, obviously not, no. Because I jumped first. I'm a leader, not a follower.
Yep. Oh.
I hate when people say, well, if your friends jumped off a bridge, would you do it too? Like, obviously not, no. Because I jumped first. I'm a leader, not a follower.
Yes.
So yeah, this day 7, day 7, day 7. It looks cool. Let's dance.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, what the? Ah! It was stuck. It was like midway through. I love that you can be like, you can like look through into this. Also, I want to just try something.
Oh shoot, that is bad. Okay. So let's move on. Also, I don't know how much sound is in here. Also, I need to just check my settings as well.
This is the Stupid Dumb Wrong Spoon. I only hit people with it that are stupid, dumb, or wrong.
If you think you don't deserve happiness...
Okay, load. Okay. I don't think there is anything, which is sad. Yeah, it's gonna be silent, which is really weird. Really uncomfortable. Madness, man. Nice birds, that's this, and that's this.
I don't mind losing friends. Except you. I can't lose you. You know too much, so it's either friendship or death.
So yeah, Blue Lock. Usually I do like 3 minutes, a bit bigger one, but Blue Lock. I've reviewed Blue Lock, and the same thing from Blue Lock, the TV series, season 1, is here. But this expands less on the main character, Blue Lock, but there was another side character with this guy, and you look into him, you look into his past, and it's really good. I really like it. But besides, again, talking about the editing is amazing. How the story is done is great. How they show football as a sport, specifically the striker, is amazing. But overall, besides that, and besides what I said in the original Blue Lock, it's fine. I find it amazing. I find it awesome. But overall, it's not fine. But like, it's amazing. But I don't have much to talk about it.
Did you know that bleach and rubbing alcohol create chloroform?
Yep. Did you know that it's 1 tablespoon rubbing alcohol or acetone per cup of bleach, which can be adjusted up or down depending on how long or short you want the victim subject knocked out? I mean, bleach and rubbing alcohol? That's fucking crazy. People just have that stuff laying around their house. Weird.
So yeah, if you want to know where I got stuff like this and all the other ones I've got, it's from a D&D Advent Calendar, which is, I don't know where I got the D&D Advent Calendar, but if I'm correct, I think it was from Amazon.
Did you know that bleach and rubbing alcohol create chloroform?
Yep. Did you know that it's 1 tablespoon rubbing alcohol or acetone per cup of bleach, which can be adjusted up or down depending on how long or short you want the victim subject knocked out? I mean, bleach and rubbing alcohol? That's fucking crazy. People just have that stuff laying around their house. Weird.
Okay, so C transmissions. This is C transmissions. Tick, tick, tick tock, tick, tick tock. I am ticking, tick, tick. Wait, no. That's the other thing I need to do. Where it is? Da da da, and then that's also done, which I should do reanimate, which would be fun. I don't know what I should do. Ticks, I think, are bad and more. The same with flies. I try to always keep an eye on it to make sure someone doesn't be like, and then use this. Spores, maybe. That's two. So, day 7. This guy. Woo! So yeah, another day, another one of these awesome things. So yeah, that's what I got. I don't think I've got under the time, but I might have got between the 3 hearts. And if I get below the time, I would be absolutely glad. 1 minute 48, 1 minute 48, 1 minute 48. I would take 1 minute 50 as well. In one day, I perfected it. Joe, what? I'm not gonna risk any chances. Okay. Oh, I love this.
So y'all want me to show up, be on time, and behave? No.
Me versus the world. Hashtag me, hashtag versus, hashtag the world. Obviously, making, plaguing. No, it's obviously, making. Cuphead, plaguing. 1 review, and then you have 2. My whole thing got broken. I don't know why. I really don't. I don't know how long it has been, but yeah, that's annoying. Can we please not do that again? Yeah, it's just been 17 minutes and then it just cuts out, which is annoying. Because I had like a whole hour of me probably saying nothing, so probably somewhat fair. Okay. So, here we are. Maybe, again, maybe not. I don't know if I've done this, but here we are. So yeah, this exists. And besides one thing, which I think is a very interesting idea, which there's a couple of stuff which is interesting, but the one thing I like is for later, because I want to talk about more sort of spoilers. But one of the things I find interesting is, yep, this is another one, but yes, you can see my pattern. Person goes to another world and gets superpowers. I'm not predictable. So, yeah. But the one thing I like, and this section, this bit, small bit, isn't spoilers, but it does reveal something later, which is basically something else. But the one thing I like is a lot of the time it's one. And you get one person who came into this world, who sort of, and is by itself. And you would also either get like a group of people, sort of like a group of people who either know each other or not, or forgot their memories. If you know, you know. But this one I like is a complete accident. Because the only other one that I know is there's 3 that I know by group. One, they don't know each other because they don't know the other world, and there is a chance that they were like a classroom. But I'm not 100% sure about that one. You also have Oops, I'm a Spider, which we know they're a classroom, because I think if you look into it, that's the whole point. And I like it, and it's really fun. But with this one, it's a bus of strangers. You have a bunch of people who don't know each other, because the chances that like everyone knows each other on a random given bus on a random given day is, I wouldn't even know the odds, but I'm guessing really low. So I like the fact, and then later on, this is the spoilers, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, he sees someone else who also came into this world. And I like that as an idea, as a throughput that you might see, and I like it. And I'm hoping that there's more like, oh, this person came from this world and this person, and that would be interesting about like what happens. And I like that as an idea. But yeah, besides that one thing, it is one guy going to another one and getting stronger. Season 1 only, I think, has one other character that came from the other world. And there is a season 2. I forgot that because I'm an idiot. Sorry for the people on Twitch. But yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video, and good night. And now, time for the next one. Another dice. We've had 4 days of figurines since the last dice, but it looks so cool. Ooh. But yeah.
So ahead of you guys getting your tickets for Spider-Man No Way Home, I also decided to rank my favorite Spider-Man movies.
So I decided to do this for fun. So in last position is The Amazing Spider-Man. I just don't think it's as good as the other ones. Still, I like it, but not as good. Along with this one, I do hear people say it's not as bad as people let it be. I just don't personally like it. And I think both of them, in my opinion, are not as good. This one, alongside this one, starting off and being really good in my opinion, I think it was upgraded. And sorry, I'm doing the upgraded and this. This would be my next one. I just like Doc Ock in this, and yeah. And then this is just because I like Andrew Garfield. I just said the second one's not as good in my opinion. Then same reason for this and this, because I love Tom Holland and love these two films. And
can I just make it absolutely clear now that I'm only here because the producer said I had to be? I don't like snow. I hate being cold. I hate outdoor pursuits. I hate the idea that I've got to push my body to find the limit. I can't stand this stupid clothing that makes this rustling noise when you move all the time. And I hate the zips and the toggles and all the pockets and that. And I hate your stupid truck.
Listen, if we make it, look at it this way. You will be the first person ever to go to the North Pole who didn't want to be there.
I officially identify as a fucking problem. You're a fucking problem, but a problem nonetheless. Warned that becoming my friend will either result in dying in a fiery explosion or having the best time of your fucking life. Here's the thing, I'm made of explosions and glitter, so what more do you expect of me than bad decisions and property damage? Look, if you catch me doing something sketchy, you have two options. You can either join in on the plan or you can become part of the plan. The choice is up to you. I have determined that I am less of a blessing and more of a threat. Like when I was spawned from hell, there was less of a oh and more of an oh no, put it back. Steve, here's something that you need to know. I will be the reason that you go to hell. However, we are going to have the best motherfucking time down there. So grab your sunscreen and a handful of glitter because we're about to set something on fire. Here's the thing you need to know about being my friend. I will make fun of you relentlessly. However, the moment someone else makes fun of you, I will rip their soul out of their mortal body and yeet it over into the eternal abyss where it will stay forever. So you're protected, just not from me.
okay, I could do the most punny ever and go with horse and go with sea horse here and just be like Agir. Then what do you do with seahorse? Let's put them on.
early 20s still refer to people older than them as adults? When do you think they stop and realize they are adults?
I'm not an adult. I'm a child with a drinking permit. Drinking permit?
What's that in your sippy cup? Vodka.
I'm doing this. This is happening. Oh. That's happening. Okay, that's annoying. Okay, what's going on there? This is odd. Let me just try alert. Is it the same thing here? Yeah, same problem. Okay, so let's go and try. There's a thing about that. Follow. That's what I mean. Back to feed. Edit layout. That is okay. Know what I need.
Let's face it, you just spent another weekend alone.
Yeah, well, fuck you then.
So let's open the books to a new story. Let's go ahead. So, yeah. This, I think, is interesting because I like how it talks about stories as a main thing. And writing stories and the authors of said stories. And I like that idea, looking into what it is to be a story is fun. As an idea. Like the general concept of a story, the general idea is really fun. And looking at it from like a writer's perspective, like what happens if you grow up and then you don't like the story that you did write? What happens if you develop the story and you don't think it's that good anymore? And you have all of those different ideas alongside like interesting stories and then changing and then looking into it and see how stories can develop the past because you look into it and learn stuff about it. The one thing I do like is at a certain point, there's one character who sort of has two sides. You have one, which is him sort of like, because you have these doubles of like them being like, oh, I don't like the story, why don't I change it? And they're sort of corrupting the stories in a way, and I like that. You also have one of them who has twos, and they constantly switch between like wanting to save the stories to destroy the stories, and I love it. And I like that sort of like the character I like, and it's really confusing because on one hand, at the beginning, you think he's on their side, and then you get confused. Again, the antagonist of this is really fun, and I really love it. It's confusing, but I'm an idiot, so maybe you'll get it better. But I love it, and it's really good. So yeah, this is really amazing. 100% worth watching. Just great in general. So yeah, it's just amazing storytelling, and I 100% would think that you should watch it. Time to fight in some wars and fight. Let's go. So yeah, I've already recorded this, but because I don't want someone in the recording, I had to redo. I like this. Obviously, I've said before, it looked like an old anime, which is not a bad thing. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. This is more on the bad side, but we're going to that. But I want to watch it because of that, and because war on this. And sometimes you get some dark war anime stories. I'm like, do you know what? This is really interesting, and I want to watch it. But, like I said, and alluded to, this is a bit bad. And the reason why I'm not a fan of it is because there's a lot of shot of like, oh, this and that, and anime being anime. I will say, the fight scene looks amazing. And they look so cool. And I absolutely love it. And I absolutely find it amazing. But, yeah, I think it's really cool, really awesome. And just overall fun. But overall, I didn't really like it. But the one thing I do like is the idea of these mechanical devices, and when you learn more about it, definitely about like the main character's history with it and how fucked up it gets, it is fun. But I would be like one of the person like, oh yeah, this is how to. But I would say, obviously, I'm not gonna recommend this. I know there is some good stuff out of this. I know there is some, but because of like this one shot where they fall out of the building, and you could have this moment of like, sort of like Team Rocket. That cheesiness I'm fine with. Whereas like, you get back here. But what they do is, oh, you're holding onto those? Oh, trousers go. Panties go. I'm like, okay, that was a thing. But overall, I'm not hugely into it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, I hope you liked, and good night. Oh, there's a Food Fairy episode. Okay, so let's just go to... I was going to do this tomorrow, then I realized, oh wait, I'm 2 episodes ahead. I just love that idea of being like, no, this is gonna be good. Okay, I think I perfected it. You know what? I perfected one already. Yay! I can pass this really quickly. I really picked the wrong weapon to get. Do you know what? Less than a minute. I'm gonna take that. Was able to do that in less than a minute compared to the last time when I had this challenge. Oh no! It's how do you get your super meter up? Oh, you have to use 5 super meters. Didn't I? 1. Okay, I need to figure out what is the super meat. I've never actually. I only need to touch both sides, and then when it touches me again, I should have hit 6, 5, and then I hit like I think 2 out. So I think that should be 6. Yes, it hit 6. Okay. I don't know where I didn't hit 6 on the last one, but sure, I didn't hit 6 on the last one. Okay. Okay. So that means I've got 3 contracts. Oh. Anyway. How many do I have left? Where do you find that out? No. There's the list. Yeah, I've got 3 more contracts. Okay. I think that I've just picked the best weapon. I think this will be the final blow. Oh, yes! Do you know what? I've almost gone back to the same place. Oh, yay. Okay, what do I got? What? Okay. That is the main problem. Parrying is also the problem. But my main focus will be trying to do it with less lives, because parrying is not that hard, I think it is. Because pixels, I think I'll be able to at least find one pixel. But I've got 2 contracts in 1 session. Do you know what? I'm still renaming it to 2 contracts 1 session. Because I think that would be fun. Actually, no, that's too similar to 2 Guys 1 Cup, and I do not want that reference on my channel. Jesus, that is horrifying. So yeah, another day, another item, a dice. You have another dice. Also, weirdly love this. If you put it at a specific angle, like that one, sometimes it looks a bit like a tool.
If you sneeze and I say God bless you, the only thing you should say is thank you. I don't need to hear all of this. How did you get in my house? Why is my window broken? I'm calling the police. Ain't nobody got time for that. Be polite. If you sneeze and I say God bless you, the only thing you should say is thank you. I don't need to hear all of this. How did you get in my house? Why is my window broken? I'm calling the police. Ain't nobody got time for that. Be polite.
Let's join the game! Woo! Let's have some fun! In Infinite! So yeah, this exists, and it is fun. I love this because this is one of the other ones that I'm realising that I watched quite a lot of, which is basically one person joins like a VR type game, which I love, which is really fun. I always like this concept of like, they build it like a city, and it's fun. And they have this like infinite like, oh, if an NPC dies, they're gone forever. Like a lot of games will be like, oh no, they're not dead, they're just not around anymore. Or like, they'll be like, oh yeah, oh no, they'll do like the common thing, oh no, they're dead, oh hi Craig, you're back, how are you from work? And I find that funny. But this, with that, is so interesting, I want this to be an actual sort of game. The one other thing I like, which is sort of spoiled this Battlefield for you to watch, is later on you see a character, and you see 2 sort of characters have a sort of ideology. Because a lot of people treat this game as a game, so the NPCs, who cares if they're not, they're just NPCs, they're just code. But there's a couple of people who treat the NPCs like people, which I like the idea. And then there's the whole thing with the maidens, and like, if you have like, if that sort of like power that you get through the game is with the maidens, is that you sort of treat them like, and I would love this is so fun, because I would do the same, I would treat, because even though, yes, I would understand, they are sort of NPCs, getting immersed and sort of treating them and being like that, sort of like, they are people, is interesting. And sometimes, if it feels real, sometimes it might be real. But I like how the other person who we think these 2 people will be like on the same time is on the enemy side, and that's interesting because the main part of the enemy disagrees, and it's actually interesting. It's so weird. I absolutely think this is really good and 100% worth to watch. So yeah, I definitely think you should watch, and good night. So yeah, let's see about these 7 wonders. Let's see if I can find them. So yeah, toilet bound Hanako. I find this interesting because there's a lot, I don't know how many, because I don't know if this is just specifically something in Japan, and more specifically not this, but more specifically because my school never had, have you ever heard the rumor about this kid who died here? You never had that at all. And that's like, oh, by the way, my school had like this really bad thing. Luckily the school is shut down and doesn't exist. So I don't know if that's like a thing. I would like to be interested in like there's like these ghost stories. But I love these series because I like how they look into each one of the mysteries and how they connect. And it's fun and really interesting. The one thing I like for spoiler reasons is, you see this guy here? There's another one here. And I like how you have the more peaceful, more relaxed, more I am just here to have fun. And then you have the more evil, twisted, and it's like so interesting. I also like the idea that they're taking the stories and twisting them, which is so fun. I mean, the idea of like, you exist based off your story, and if people change your story, it changes the meaning. It changes what happens to the story. And it's so fun as a general concept. Overall, I just love the idea of like stories. Here's a story that to do with like what your sort of like spirit is, and it's being changed, which changes you, which is so fun. But yeah, overall, I think this is really good. It's really fun, and 100%, this is just really great, and I would recommend you to watch it. It is just really fun. So yeah, I think you definitely should watch, and I hope you enjoy, and good night.
Mouse lost his thing again. Maybe I should tape it on, but I don't at the moment. Ooh, I open settings. Also, I just realized there's a clicking button next to that, but I never use it. Are you sure? Yes, because I didn't change anything, so it doesn't matter. Hello. Let's continue this. Also, I need to remember to turn this off because I keep forgetting to do that. Okay, so end. Select this. Fit 18, 25, 56, 18, 25, 56, 18, 25, 56, 18, 25, 56, 18, 25, 56. 18. That's seahorse. And then also I realized that should go up there, and that should go up there, and that should be the number 3. Three, 6. Chance of severity, which is 8. Ah! Okay, so...
Hey, who's the pig? Are you talking to me? Uh-oh, they call him a pig. Are you talking to me? Shouldn't have done that. Are you talking to me? Now they're in for it. They call me Mr. Pig! Ah!
Oh, sorry. Just a second. Oh, shoot. Hit the deck! So yeah, Fallout, which I'm just going to say a couple of things, because I knew this might be a bit big. Not like it's a big series or it's a big... No. It might be a big video because I don't know much about the Fallout. Okay. To be frank, here's what I know. Because Phil, I need to explain this. If it's a Season 1 based off a game or based off this, like, okay. I found it need to explain what I do know, what I don't know, and everything in between. Okay? Okay. 1, I have not played any of the games. 2, even though I haven't played the games, I have watched stuff about the games. So I watched the Game Theory videos about it, which there is, I think, like 1. And I've watched some people, like, there's some people who, I think Game Theory is the only one I heard about it, but I've heard, like, other things in other videos. So I know what the vaults are. I know the mechanics of the vault. I know the mechanics of, like, the watch. I know there was, like, a song being, like, you know, the special song. There's, like, Dan TDM made a song, Special. You're special. You're special. You're special. Oh, so special. SCPCIAL. Clearly that doesn't spell special, but I'm bad at spelling. So ignore that. So, I do know that. I do know about the vaults. I do know that there's a witch thing. I do know that you can, like, hold and aim at specific body parts, which specifically take specific damage. It's like a survival game. I do know the basic idea of the game Fallout. And I do know somewhat of the story. I do know it's an alternate history type stuff. There's a couple of things that are a bit different, which is interesting. But overall, it's about, if I'm correct, Cold War, not going too cold, and everyone going to boom. So I do know that idea. They explore that in the show, in the past, in the present. But I do know about the vaults. I do know what the vaults are, and I get the general idea of what the vaults are meant to mean. That, and I've also heard about the big guys. I always forget what they're called, but I've seen them in posters. I've seen them. I'm going to be completely honest, I did not know about ghouls. I don't know if that's a common thing, or is that, like, just in the TV series? I don't know. That I don't know, to be completely honest. They could be just for this TV show, or they could be a long-running thing, but I don't know either way. Either way, I like this. It's fun. It has a lot of darkness, it has a lot of things. I have watched a couple of other moments from this. This isn't about me explaining about Fallout, but I have seen a couple of, like, some people made a D&D alignment chart for one of the main ghouls. I'm like, okay, I watched a bit of it, so I knew a bit of stuff. And there's also the level where I did see a couple of it, which I saw one spoiler. But this is not a spoiler section, so not for that. And I think overall, I do think I've seen quite... I do like this. The story is interesting. The characters are interesting. But overall, it's just a fun story. But I want to talk about, more importantly... Sorry, the one thing that I absolutely would love to talk about is one of the things. 2 sort of twists. Which is basically revealing that you have certain things as bad. My favorite one... Oh. Okay. My favorite one out of both of them is the overall idea that when they go to the vault... Not the vault, not that vault. When they're talking about the vault, it is... I don't know why I said talk... Anyway... They have a bug situation and they don't know, but it's like the main ghoul sort of got in and is like, no, this can't be bad, this can't be bad, the vaults can't be bad. It's like, it's just safety. But it's like, okay, we need to sort of, we want to make money out of this. We're business first and foremost. So, we need a way to sort of have the votes be needed. And then it's like, and some of the stuff that they're like, we don't want to tell you how to run your vote. No. And then they describe some horrible shit. And there's like, yeah, but, and they're sounding like the stuff that they talk about, like, oh, we can do this and we can have them fight against each other. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I know we have the fight for survival, but I didn't need to start to be like, okay, when you start testing these skills, okay, for this rational breasters, kill this man. It's like, and the other one is the idea that they had a vote and they would sort of a competition, and they had the face of like, oh yeah, we like competition. Competition is good. And then they wiped out them all. They had a perfect vote. It was fine. Well, I don't know if it was good or bad. But they were wiped all out. It's so messed up. And all of that is after. I think one of the things it talks about is that a lot of the things that this vote deals with is that during the beginning, and I like it, they sort of have this face of like, we're gonna save the world, we're gonna be the good people and save the upper side. And I like how they're saying it makes it sound like amazing. But when they sort of like do anything, it's sort of like, it's sort of like that thing like with Glass House, the original, not Glass House, Knives Out. Whereas like, we don't mind helping you, but like, it's gonna take from us, and like, maybe not, maybe give it a bit. Like, they're really like, oh, we're doing this for, like, you also have the guy in the other vote being like, Free Eyes, and is like, oh, don't worry, all these other people, like, but we're helping. It's like, the absolute sliminess of some of these characters in a way of like this sort of like, we're helping them. It's like, oh.
Cashton 726 joins the madness.
Thank you. We're reviewing Fallout, if you want to talk about Fallout, the TV series. Yeah. Sorry, someone did it. That was amazing. That was like really cool. So yeah. Thank you. So yeah, I do think this is really interesting. And overall, the series I think is good. And I find it amazing because of this. It is awesome, creative, and yeah. Thank you. And a Merry Christmas in advance for you too. So yeah. I think this is just a really interesting series that looks into like really interesting ideas. So yeah. So yeah. With all of that being said, the way it looks into, and I think Game Theory talks about it more about like society and all that stuff, is fun. The collapse, the like self-serving. And the mystery about the other stuff, even that is so much fun. It's really good and like just overall fun and amazing to watch as you see this insanity. And I love you see other groups, other perception, and you look away from like the main focus, which I find amazing. But overall, the idea is fun, and how they hyped up the next season, I absolutely want to watch. So yeah, having all of that being said, having all of that being done, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked, subscribed, and yeah. Good night.
Okay, let's get rid of that. I want that to be none for all of the others. Okay, then put that on 1. And then put that on 0. Put it on 9,000. Dissolve cost multiply. No, I'm gonna mess around with that. You cannot dissolve that. It requires water 2, and I am going to do. Okay, I'm on 3 lives at this section, which I don't think I have done before. And I'm not going to risk it. And I think I've already parried 3 times. No, I think I need 1 more. Okay. Yeah. Do you know what? I decided that I'm way ahead. Yeah. I will defeat you.
Hey, you look familiar. You got stronger?
Definitely strong enough to beat you.
Probably not as strong as what's in this still.
Let's test that theory.
Now I'll find out. Yeah.
Game theory while I'm waiting for stuff. So, I just realized, because like I've been hearing about like Don't Fry. Some good, some bad, and some like interesting. And I've won by like I think it's by where is it? The first one was by. No, I need a word to explain. More about it. He just explains all the games and some stuff. Is like, oh. Super Horror Bros talked about it and talked about the demo. And then now I'm watching Gamer, and then they're like, "Oh, it's a thing from like a music group." It's like, "Oh yeah, that's interesting." And then it's got like collaboration from like other big YouTubers who make music, including Oreo. Yes, the longest solo ever. And have you seen my?
So yeah, I wish for this review to start. So yeah, Fairly Odd Parents. I know a bit. I watched like maybe like a couple of episodes. I heard people talk about it, of the original Fairly Odd Parents, but I haven't watched it. Gonna be completely frank. Obviously I know Butch Hartman because of the other series he's done and the controversy he's been a part of, but I'm not going to talk about that. If you want to, I might make a separate video, but yeah, not really. Maybe not. But I love this whole idea, and I love all the characters, and especially the new character. Because I heard they're like, oh, he's in this, and he's like, Timmy's in this, and he's in that, and he's in that, and like sometimes like, new characters are fun. I don't know. Again, it's fine, it's okay. It's good. But, yeah. So, yeah. The only thing that I want to talk about, besides the fact that, one, I love that you have this arc of him becoming better, and then it's really fun. One of the episodes, it looks like he's trying to help, but, like, from the main character's perspective, like, he's not. He's just being the whole, like, that, and I find that fun. I also like that later on Puff shows up, because it's like, oh, him! because there's a few characters I do know exist. I know like Sparky the dog exists. I know Poof exists. I know there's a counterpart who is over like nice, and a lot of people say there's a Mary Sue. I can't say much about it, but I just know a lot of people say she's a Mary Sue. Again, know it exists, know it's there. Don't really care. But yeah, that's all I really want to say. So yeah, it's good, it's fun, but again, not much to talk about. Because it technically a continuity. I know there's some shows I let pass, but there is some stuff which does change. There is some character growth, but not enough that I'm fine. It's okay. It's good. Not much to say. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and good night.